evening, folks. This is Darth Ravage 07 coming to you today with another quick review. Amazon Prime is still cranking out the United, as I got in leader class Tigerhawk a little while ago, and I couldn't be happier before the new year. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of homework. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again to my subscribers. You guys totally rock. Let's turn this camera around, take a look at Tigerhawk in box. I'm so happy to have this. And there's Tigerhawk on the turntable, looking really awesome in this big old leader class box. It's still got where you can get in there and touch them. Wish that would get sealed on up like the Reactivate stuff has. There you got him on the box art, looking really, really good. What's astonishing in looking at this outside of looking in, it's got all the same kind of like little features minus the spring-loaded stuff and the launching stuff. You still got the little gun, you still got the feathers that go out to the ends, and those used to launch on the old figure and such and things. It doesn't look like he's got the hawk head at all, or the Eraser headpiece, but that head mold looks absolutely beautiful. I don't know why this looks so dark on the product shots, but from robot mode to Tigerhawk mode and back again in 43 steps. And if you're looking in store, here is this on that side of the box. Let's get him out of the box, guys, and into that. Yeah, no more looking at this and wishing it's here, guys. Boom, there he is. Let's get him out of the box and see how cool he really is. What all comes inside of the box? You get this nice set of poster instructions. There's a side A and a side B to this that goes through all 43 steps. It has a couple of accessories. You got 2 feather duster swords that go actually into the tips here on the wings, and you get the blasters themselves. There's the one that's mounted on his wrist on this version, and the other guns that are concealed there and is not in this this shot here initially. And cutting right to the chase of the life imitating box art, you can do the exact same pose you see there, which is an absolute beautiful thing. Now with that said, in the beast mode, the only thing that doesn't happen is you don't get the hawk head, but that's a small thing. For what they've done here is 1-for-1 throughout the whole shebang. What you see in 1999's release of Tigerhawk, you get here to great avail the exact same thing, but with all the articulation that 1999 version did not have, guys. So what am I talking about? This is exactly what I'm talking about when you do a side-by-side with the original right here to the new one here. This is the only piece that we don't have there. And this thing is absolutely masterfully recreated at every level, showing off everything. Where in this one, you do get a little spring-loaded feature here where you can like hit that and boom, the wing comes popping up. You don't get that in its counterpart. Right down to the back end. And the other thing that's different from the original is that this one's blue, that's purple, but this is also like the battle colors inside of the last few episodes of Beast Wars, the last 3. The sky and the sunset makes it look this color, but in actuality, in some other shots, whenever they're inside the maximal base and doing the stuff and things, that's what it looks like. You get the recreation of the butt gun, which is also awesomely compatible with blast effects. This one had the missiles and stuff, and regrettably I don't have those 2 missiles that go there and there, nor do I got the ones that go fitting inside of here to go launching whenever this spring load gimmicks go on. You can still see that 1-for-1 they did do the recreation of each piece like to great avail, with all that accompanying whatever was here, they put it here, but like I said, with articulation. And where this one is stiff as a board when it comes to like articulating and what have you, this one is so not. The coolest pose I can get this guy in cat mode. At first, I want to show this off. For those of you who did not have the original toy, this is where this guy actually really shines, and shines very well. You go and you hit this little button here on the back, these wings drop, and the spring-loaded stuff comes out to great. I mean, this thing has been well loved by me since I've had it. And then you also get this other little feature here where you push the wings, the little buttons on the wings, and boom, and my hand's getting away. These things come flipping forward, and those would help launch the launchers there, and you had these other buttons here, and these come launching there. And with that said, and the other cool thing is that you could take and push this head down, pull this up, and then raise this on up a little bit more, and you get the fuser transmetal 2 limb for mismatched limb thing going on there. Let me get the other guy out here. All said features are recreated and from the old form to the new form, and I couldn't be happier, guys. Let me just get this back out of the way so I can get you a look at the back there, so you can see there, boom. And what's inevitable is the way Hasbro always goes through and does repaints of stuff, so you know there'll be a toy color version coming back out in this guy in the not so distant future. You got the tail feathers there. I'm not sure. That's how far down as it goes there. This one's a little bit more articulated in that sense, but yeah, you can see throughout the coloration and what have you, and I got some bent blast effects. That's what this thing right here definitely needs in the Tiger mode. But I wanted to go through that articulation where one's better than the other. You can get a really decent flight pose with both of these guys. The old school version had some grabby effects, like even built into the talons there. So I mean, that was really cool. It could just boom and it would grab you. I mean, that's so awesome. And that was also for transformation. But you can see how he is zooming in and flying in and shooting guns a-blazing. Or you can have it swept back in kind of a power dive kind of mode. This is like the one sore contention when you get to the new one, is it doesn't have that, but there's another look there. And then I'm gonna get the other guy in his flight mode. Then you see that sweeping configuration here. And like I said, this amidst the spring-loaded features and whatnot, the little things are built in, molded into the wings there. But, and there's no, I really feel like this piece, the shoulder piece in robot mode, could have been used to come up, flip up somehow, some way, and turn back over to give you the mass there. But sweep these wings back right here. I mean, you trade spring-loaded for articulation throughout, guys. I hope this conveys that so very, very well. And this also gets more to the computer animation, minus the blue tongue that was in this guy. That's the other thing. You still get an articulating mouth. This one gets the blue tongue, and the tongue's actually articulating there. And then this guy does not. Oh, painted teeth. So customizers, we got to get our customizing tools out and try to get that going on there. But I kind of like the white teeth all the same, and I still just want the blue tongue. I can't believe that was a feature that was overlooked. Good night. That's crazy, guys, how you get one for the other, and they do that so well. Now this one won't do the wings back or wings out to the side, but this guy is, it just gets better with this guy. I love you can still give him thruster effects to make him soar and score, but this is what I was talking about. The articulation on this one is such that you can fully extend both those legs out there, and in the front here you can take and spread those wings totally far out, and then you can take and do this and this and have Tigerhawk fly out to the sea. I mean, he can go spread eagle, in flight, mid-flight. This makes me want that Fusor Silverbolt to be revealed sooner than later. This looks absolutely flipping amazing, guys. Really, really greatness. And then you can see both of these, boom, boom. So close to perfection there. And then, yeah, this guy's so very swooshable now that you can do that. And you can get him out underneath the wings and fly like Superman. Let's look at the belly of the beast on both of these and let you see there how it's done a little bit better, cleaner. This is got a cockpit. It's gyroscopic. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It has a seat that turns as you turn the thing. That's supposed to be a spark chamber that the fuser, the transmittal twos all had, like a little something like a spark chamber bubble, and that was his on. It's overly big and it doesn't have the maximal symbol in it. This is more akin to what I was talking about, and they did manage to get that little detail in there. And that's the beautiful thing about this. This thing has an actual chest that is not his bubble predominantly, going all the way down, recreated to the butt cannon with the peggable in. That is just, this thing just does not disappoint, guys. And you get that ratchety articulation, and there you go. The only thing is going to be kind of an annoyance, and this is here for a purpose for the robot mode. These are the stabilizers for a feet mode. And that there in on the transformation, guys, this thing is 1-for-1 this thing, but with all the set articulation and the better parts to kind of get that stuff going on there. The only thing that's painful is the awful waffles that got incorporated into this, and on the wings too. But I mean, wow. Enough of me gawking, and let's get this guy into his robot mode. But before we do that, I want to kind of do a history of how did we get both Tigerhawk, or how did we get Tigerhawk in both a hawk and a tiger? Well, that's answered with this next set of sections of my review. Toward the end of season 2, Tigertron and Air Razor get kidnapped by the Vok, and then toward the end, the Vok decide to send in an emissary, and that's what you get there. Here's your quick look at the old school versions together. Man, that's a blast from the past. And then fast forward to today. We have articulating, well, minus the beast mode. This guy's more articulated in beast mode than these guys. But you fast forward and you get better versions of the beast modes with the articulation throughout. And just wow, guys. I love that we got updates of the Beast Wars characters. If it wasn't for Beast Wars, I wouldn't be sitting here today filming this in front of you. So with that said and done, we're going to get Tigerhawk converted. 43 steps off camera just to kind of streamline it. And 3, 2, 1, and here is Tigerhawk leader class, looking phenomenal on the turntable. As we go around and look at this guy, he's got a great profile cleanup. This is exactly how it did back in the day with the Beast Wars figure, and all that you're really doing is trading articulation for the gimmicks that was riddled throughout this figure in the old days there in 1999, 24 years ago. Going to be 25 next year, and let's get that on the table just to kind of show that off. As I was stating, you're just giving up all these little play gimmicks that this thing has for the articulation. This is crazy. They shrunk the tail feathers up just a bit. Wish these were just a touch bigger so it'd be like that and articulated. This is just one piece, but this has got a molded in maximal symbol. This has a tempo maximal symbol. The detailing is crazy. They fill in the chest with the new release, where this one's just got the bird claws and the rear legs there. You can see the apparatus that locks it all down together. This one does lock down together, but you got to make sure that you got the legs just right, and that thing is tab slotted in there really good. Then you get like crazy good stuff to happen there again. And then that was an ultra class back in the day. This is a leader class today. It's the same size as the ultra, but it just kind of is aggravating. But anyway, both of them do the split thing there in the back. This has all that crazy play features. This is molded detail. This has wheels. And does anybody know why we got wheels there? Because you really can't roll around because these feathers stick up. The wheels are still molded into the back of this and would work better if it was here today. And real quick, while I got them at this angle, the only thing that's different there is that the cannons are different at the base of that, wherein those are spring-loaded with the old release right here. This is, articulated. But the asymmetry is the same. You can see how they match right here and here. Actually, That's up just a little bit higher. So anyway, asymmetry is prevalent throughout. This is more the in-battle colors or what have you. And you know that this is probably going to get that re-release into the toy accurate colors. And then 24L white plastic throughout. I wish that the white plastic was like this throughout to better match it. So when and if they do that, white plastic for a paint job, or even the plastic that's pearlescent like this is, because this has got a really, really pretty sheen to it. I just love the way that this does here. I love how it does there. I don't want chrome stuff anymore because flakes and that kind of thing. And we need some green feathers versus the silver feathers there. And wow. Can't believe they did so much with this over time there. And they both can do a more open wing configuration. Here once again is the original figure, and we can spin around and see how that just always wants to come undone these days. 24 years old, I'm surprised I've had it that long, and then boom, you got that. Now where this guy is weak, and it's absolutely no question that it shouldn't be here, it's all this hollowness. And on the original figure, when you go back around here, you get filled in pieces. Like, I'm sure it's hollow underneath there, but they filled it in and they made it look full. I can't stand the way those wings are done. That is not cool. The other second feature, there's no point of contention. The original version had no wrist articulation, obviously because of stuff and things with all the other engineering that's been put into it at that day and time. And then if you go back over here to this side, without Tigerhawk keep on falling over here, you get these guys that fold up due to transformation, but there's no wrist swivel there. That's unacceptable, but you do still get the gun that comes back in here. These other guns can flip up on both versions. So Tigerhawk can fly along and snipey snipe, and this is where this old one wins because you can actually get him looking up, and you can do some other very upward poses with him to make him fly along like a flying crazy warrior there and shoot stuff. And then you can also do that on the new one as well, as this guy just wants to continue to flop. Let me get it set up off camera. So you got your disadvantages and advantages both ways there. I love that face sculpt on the original. Kind of gets drowned out in the white there, but I love those eyes there, the way they did that. And on the back side, you got the new one with the purple battle worn kind of thing going on. And he just can't look up at all. I'm gonna try to look at that and see if it's actually important for that tab to be there before I go and try to shave it down to get that head to look up more. I'm gonna shave off some on the back of the head just to get it look up, but that face looks a vastly big improvement. I love that the eyes even are painted in behind the visor there. It looks really, really super tight and solid. And you can articulate those up just a little bit, and it's still latched in there really good. It's not like going anywhere. As long as you got the stuff configured just right, it'll lock into place. And this little thing, that little hinge gets in the way just a little bit there of that, but really do love this. Let's go back into the articulation with this guy. Yeah, his wings are kind of spread and whatnot. Articulation going into the wings first. You can go all the way back like this, and you can throw these wings back forward like that and kind of get like just a little bit of a, they fold up like right there, but then like you can go all the way around if you need to. If you go all the way back, you can go all the way around easily right there on that hinge there. This shoulder has like a flap that you can get it to go. It's got two more joints inside of there for the head in beast mode, and the beast mode can actually look up higher than the other one does, but you can get that far up. And if you do the other joint there, it'll do a little further. There it goes. So then you can get a little further up to a full T. On this side, you can lift up the canopy a little bit and get to the full T. You can get the full Van Damage because of the way that they do the joint there. So boom, this guy has got it all except for those damn wrists. That's a pain. At least he's got an upper bicep swivel. I don't think there's a swivel at the elbow, which is, they just kind of go with the upper bicep for it to swivel, which is it's unacceptable in a leader class in my opinion. You can go back down here, you can go all the way back around and do that stuff. I like that they did think about giving it the T-pose and that extra bit there on the shoulder and so on and so forth. You can lift this up. You can get you can't get a full waist rotation, but there is some waist rotation to do some posing that you can do there. And you get upper thigh. It's really tight, and it just brought that all apart there. Just trying to show it. You got ratchets there at the hip. Go back or forward that far, and actually probably kick up a little higher due to the way stuff moves around and gets around there. You go back down. If you fold that back, you can get all the way back that far. I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe some running poses. And this much in the knee, and you get the little mole break thing. I kind of wish that went on back around there a little bit further, but that's okay. This thing does a lot anyway to begin with. It's very, very ambitious to take like the old figure and just simply give it articulation, bells and whistles. And you got a lot of tiltage, so you can get that full split out there and get them hee-haw kind of thing. So very, very, very nice. And this thing just keeps coming undone there at the waist, but everything's tight. And then that's therein is the other piece that, boom. Wish this was just a touch bigger. Can hang on down there a little bit more, but they drew it up a little bit for this release. And there's that other hinge that you can do with the head. It's just a little weird, but it's there. And you can get it to come back down and get in there. And it's double jointed there at that. And I'm okay leaving that up just a little bit, and boom. Kind of like armored up. The head is going to go all the way around and has to be lifted up to get past that one little spot there. And then Roscoe wants to block. The hollowness and the wish not swiveling is the big, big negatives on this figure. On an otherwise stellar update of that original figure. Like right even down to the size, which is crazy, guys, all these years later. And what you can do with the blasters like this, off of the wingtips like this, you can also do it. You can totally do it here with the blast effect. Tigerhawk can totally bring the ring where he can't shoot projectiles anymore, but I'm just going to have to ask DNA Designs to fit. We need a filler kit big time on these wings and on these blasters, and that's just unfortunate about this. And we need those wrists to where they can there's no reason that they can't do a wrist articulation on that joint that flips into the forearm. That said, where that old school one can't do the blast effects, it did have its own projectiles. I'd like to get those 2 green missiles and those green feather missiles there. But it did have, like I said, the playability features when you do the little stuff and it flips up and what have you. So you can totally get that pose, but you can also get that pose with this guy too. Just an absolutely ambitious effort by the design team to recreate the original and give it the articulation. So with that said, let's do one more thing with the robot modes here. I'll show you that late 90s look from back in the day. Still as stellar as it is, kind of cheesy, but it's crazy how they grew from this to this and they got fused together. And if, of course, you fast forward to 2023, there's a lot there to love in the updated versions. I absolutely love these new update figures. I didn't think I was going to like Tigerhawk, but man, boy, do I ever. Let's get into some final thoughts, guys. If you're a Beast Wars fan, I highly recommend. If you're definitely a Tigertron, Air Razor, Tigerhawk fan, I highly recommend this update. At first, I didn't think it was going to be worth a hoot. I saw that from the get-go. Like whenever, I think it was Mark Clonis was showing this stuff off. But this looks phenomenal, guys. I really do love that we get this update, and it totally blew my expectations. That said, it's no excuse for the hollowness or the no wrist swivel, but this is nice. And I invite the eventual toy original deco recolor, and then I think they even did like a universe razor claw. This kind of, yeah, the purple's there for that even as well. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review, not so quick review, but an in-depth look at Tigerhawk. I embrace this new figure because it took all those crazy features away, but then it gives it the crazy articulation I want in a figure today. And now, if there was ever, a third party that wanted to go through and give us the articulation and those awesome crazy play features, that's an ambitious effort. But as it is right now, I really do love this. I would love to see a masterpiece version of Tigerhawk in the near future. I'd like to see the rest of the Beast Wars cast get that treatment. And we got 2 Transmetal 2s, but where in the frig is the Transmetals? And where is that Dinobot swoop, guys? I mean, okay, maybe we'll get those questions answered in the next Pulse Live, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Probably turn out and pass out and go blue, but this is so cool, guys. I really do love the Emissary from the VOC in this updated toy form. Thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again to all my subscribers. Y'all have an excellent day out there, excellent week. Stay safe this New Year's weekend. Thank you for your time in 2023. Until all are one, guys. Have a great day out there.